to the Dancers Hideout Bitesize Sundays, the place where you'll find all the tips and tricks to help you and your dancing. My name's Ian, I'm a professional teacher and former competitor with over 30 years of dance experience. Have you ever found yourself watching two couples dancing the same figure across the floor, whilst one of them looks like they're just gliding across the floor, and the other one looks like they're just stuck in the floor?
What are we gonna do? We're gonna die? We're gonna die, that's it for me.
The secret often comes down to one very simple but very powerful principle, and that is recovery. In today's Bitesize Sunday episode, we're going to be looking at what recovery is, why it matters in both ballroom and Latin dancing, and how it changes the way that you move.
Julian!
To give you an example of the clear recovery action, I'm dancing here the rumba walk. In the first version, I'm dancing without using the recovery step, and you can see how this affects the way that it moves. Here in the second version, I'm recovering the foot, creating a clear position for my body to recover to.
Hey, that's pretty good.
So what is recovery?
I can't finish. I feel so weak.
Recovery is simply the way that you recover and bring together the free foot, the foot that's not got any weight into it, underneath yourself as you're taking your various different types of dancing steps.
Okay.
This allows you to help feel a little bit more on balance and a lot more secure before you then move off into the next following step that you're about to take. Without the use of a recovery step, each step sort of just ends up blurring into one another. You sort of stumble through the movement that you're trying to produce. When using the recovery step, each movement can breathe, reset itself, and then help set you up for the next step you're about to take. Let's look at a Latin dancing example. For this example, I'm going to make it quite easy. We're just going to use the rumba walk because it's a very common form of movement, not only from a practicing perspective, but also choreographically as well in the routines. We tend to use the rumba walk as a figure itself, as well as a practicing technique as well. So two birds with one stone. So here again, in the same example that I showed you before, you can see that the first version doesn't use this aspect. We're just stepping through one step after another, and there's very little control here. With the second one, you can visibly see that the recovery action provides a much neater and much more on balance form of movement that we're ideally looking for. So, recovery in ballroom dancing. The benefit in recovering the foot in ballroom dancing, aside from those points that I mentioned earlier, is that it allows you to stay connected to each other a lot easier, because ballroom dancing is one of the main forms of dancing where we remain in contact with our partner all of the time, both physically with the hand connection and also the body connection, and it helps us maintain the nice vertical body lines and shaping lines of both the leader and the lady.
Obviously.
By collecting your feet clearly underneath one another, it allows you to be able to support your vertical balance and allows your upper body to remain nice and free, as well as connected to your partner. Let's take this into a simple step in the ballroom dancing so we can get a clearer idea about how we're going to use this action. For the ballroom example, I'm going to use the progressive link and closed promenade movement in the tango. I'll go through the steps first here so that you can see how it's used as a leader and as a lady, and then we'll go through the recovery action for leader and lady so that you can get a clearer idea about how this is used. So you can see that first version, aside from obviously getting the clarity of the steps, you can see that first version without the recovery action is a very kind of movement. Liar! By recovering the foot in each of the steps that we use to progress down the floor, you can see that the choreography as a whole has a much more smoother transition as it progresses across the floor. Same again here, shown with the lady steps. You can see how the recovery of the foot is keeping a stability in the step. There's no jerky movement happening here. Hopefully that's nice and clear for the tango. You can see those two different contrasts between the recovery step for leader and lady in the incorrect version and the correct version.
Wrong.
In Latin dancing, the recovery of the foot works a little bit differently. The concept is the same because we're only made in a certain way, but the application is slightly different because obviously the different style of dancing that the Latin dancing compared to the ballroom as a whole has, but obviously without needing to say it, tango versus rumba are very different dances anyway.
Obvious.
So recovery is not just about neat feet. It's about musicality, control, and if you focus on it on your next practice, you'll find that your whole dancing just elevates itself.
You serious?
If you've enjoyed today's video, be sure to give us a like. We'll really appreciate it, of course. If you want to hear more from the Dancers Hideout, then do hit the subscribe button and make sure that you ding the bell icon so that you can stay notified for whenever we're putting out new videos or content. You can also drop down in the comment section anything that you found interesting from today's video, or maybe there is something that you want to see in one of our future episodes. Put it down there, we want to hear from you. In the meantime, my name's Ian, this is the Dancers Hideout, and it's been a pleasure.